duelie and duelists out there in the entire world. Revolution Synchron is out, and for those of you who love the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds era, I have just the perfect deck list for you when it comes to utilizing Synchrons for 2023. Host Duelist Nexus and showcase you guys an important 2-card combo when it comes to utilizing Revolution Synchron for 2023. And if you guys are Synchro lovers like I am, you guys want to further learn more about this new Synchron deck for 2023, check out my boy Leo's channel, 037 Wolf. He is the Synchro master, and he's the one that taught me how to play his entire deck and showcase you guys some tips and tricks on how to play this deck better. So you guys want to further learn more combos, which is not going to be shown in this video. I'm going to show you guys one combo, more combos. You guys can check out his channel in the link description box below and subscribe to 037 Wolf. You know what I'm saying? Check out my boy Leo's channel in the link down below. Guys, smash thumbs up button for more Duelist Nexus deck profile. And that's pretty much it. Without further ado. Oh! And you guys are probably wondering, Sam, what sleeves are you using for all your deck profiles? Well, the best sleeves in the entire world, SP White Supreme Pro. Use these sleeves now and you can become a pro. Because the pro players like Pac, TCG, Jesse Kun, and so many more. The most beautiful and soft sliding, gliding sleeves in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. These are the sleeves for you. And what are you waiting for? Get your sleeves today in the link down below at tx1.com. I got a bunch of bundles where you guys can save a ton of money on getting these sleeves. There are 3 bundles, 5 bundles, and even an entire case where you buy 18 packs of sleeves and you get 12 packs for absolutely free. And on top of that, use the coupon code PAC10 or Potato10 for 10% off your entire sleeve order. So it's savings on top of savings. You know what I'm saying? So guys, get your sleeves today. So on the monster, we're going to play, of course, double copies of the brand new Revolution Synchro. This card is obviously one of the best Synchron monsters in the deck and is one of the main highlights for Duelist Nexus. And what this card does is level 3 Earth Machine Tuner effect monster with the effect that reads, if you Synchro summon a power 2 monster or level 7 or 8 dragon monster, this card in your hand can also be used as material. You can only use this effect in Revolution Synchron once per turn. If you control a level 7 or higher Synchro monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can send the top card of your deck to the grave, so like a glow bulb. And if you do, special summon this card. Also, its level becomes 1. So it's literally glow bulbed on steroids. Like, this card is just absolutely insane. So double copies of Revolution Synchron is definitely all you need to play in this deck, in my personal opinion. If you want to play 3 copies of, you guys can go ahead and do so. But I feel like with the amount of search cards that you have in the deck, I feel like 2 is definitely enough. Double copies of Jet Synchron. Believe it or not, this card is like one of the main combo starters for the entire deck. I believe opening up with Jet and Right Armory Zero is better than opening up with Revolution Synchron and also Right. But Jet Synchron is really powerful, one of the best extenders in the deck alongside Revolution Synchron, 100,000%. So 2 copies of Jet. Next, it'll play, of course, double copies of Assault Synchron. This card recently came out of Battles Legends, and what this card does is that during your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then take 700 damage. Also, while it's face up on the monster zone, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except for Synchro monsters. If a face up dragon Synchro monster you control is tributed or banished except during the damage step, you banish this card from your graveyard and target one of those monsters and special summon it. So it works really well with, of course, Axel Synchron. Absolutely insane. One of the cards that you want to bring out of Junk Speeder, hands down. Assault Synchron is also really insane, paired off with Jet Synchron and also Revolution Synchron. These are just targets that you want to bring out using Junk Speeder, of course. So 2 copies of each. Next, we're going to play 2 copies of Stardust Synchron. Absolutely insane. Just search up your Stardust Illumination, and Illumination can dump your extender, which is your Stardust Trail, directly from your deck to the graveyard. And she also revive itself, and it's also an additional extender for the deck, which is absolutely insane to help you get access to your combo plays. So that will pretty much round off all your Synchron engine that you're playing for the deck. And the whole Synchron engine is searchable because you're playing triple copies of Tuning. Absolutely insane, really, really powerful card, such as Revolution Synchron or Jet Synchron directly from your deck to your hand. There's no true 1-card combo in this deck. The only way that it becomes like a 1-card combo if you go Tuning, search Jet, and you mill Water Enchantress, which is actually insane. It's like Tuning, search Junk Synchron, mill Doppelware. Exact same concept, but Tuning is just really powerful. It gives you access to basically 3 additional copies of each Synchron monster that you're playing in the deck. So you're essentially playing 5 copies of Revolution Synchron, 5 copies of Jet. Obviously, more Jets because you're playing Synchro Overtake. But like Jesse Khan said, 5 is just the perfect ratio to get access to your search card. So Tuning is just absolutely insane. Balances the deck out really well. Next, of course, we'll play 3 copies of Synchro Overtake. This card is amazing. Ideally, you want to get access to Jet right, you know, get access to your first turn Junk Speeder plays. is just absolutely crucial in this deck. Usually you reveal Junk Archer to search Junk Synchron, but obviously with this deck, you want to focus on getting access to Jet Synchron as quickly as possible alongside your right. So Synchro Overtake is just absolutely insane for more additional copies of Jet Synchron in the deck. So triple copies Overtake is insane. Next off for your Adventurer package, the one Wandering Griffin Rider, just additional negates you can provide on the field, which is really good. Triple copies of Water Enchantress. She's absolutely insane. The bread and butter combo of the entire deck. You want to open up with Water Enchantress as quickly as possible. Like Water Enchantress Jet is just absolutely game. You know what I'm saying? Like the Adventurer package with Synchros is just absolutely ridiculous. So 3 Water Enchantress to search your right of Eremizure. One of the best combo starters in the entire deck, hands down, alongside with your Fateful Adventure. Your 1 copy of Dracoback, and last but not least, your Foolish Burial. This is just your entire Adventurer package. Foolish Burial, sending, of course, Water Enchantress to get access into your right of Amnesia is just really, really important. So yeah, the Adventure package, absolutely insane. Next off, for your Warrior Extenders, you're going to play 2 copies of Magician Souls and 2 copies of Illusion of Chaos. I love this lineup right here. Just being able to just special summon additional extender out to your side of the field, which is also really good. And utilizing your rights package and sending your Dracobacks and also your Journey that's on the field to the degree where to just draw 2 additional extenders, just absolutely insane. So Soldiers is one of the best extenders for any single base deck in my personal opinion. And being able to just potentially draw into more of your combo plays or more of your hand traps after you resolve everything is just absolutely ridiculous. So Souls and Illusion of Chaos, really good. Illusion of Chaos is there so you can search Souls. Souls dumb Illusion of Chaos, summon itself, send a Draco back, and also Journey, draw 2 cards. Absolutely ridiculous in this synchro-based strategy. And that's pretty much it for your engine. So we have 30 engine cards, and you have space for 10 non-engine. And 10 non-engine I'm playing is, of course, triple copies of Droll, triple copies of Ash, triple copies of Tactics, and last but not least, 1 copy of Call by the Grave. The only thing that hurts this deck is Droll Lockbird, so you want to Call by the Droll. This is just 10 non-engines that you can play. This is the space that you can utilize to play anything you guys like. I think that Droll is the most important hand trap this format. These 7 cards to be interchangeable. I am thinking you guys can also play Droplets. You guys would like to help break boards. That's pretty much all other options you guys can utilize instead of Tactics or Ash. You know what I'm saying? Like Droplets. You guys can also play the Small World package as well to search your Water Enchantress quicker. It obviously makes your deck a little bit more vulnerable while going second. Also, at the same time, if you already are opening up combo, Small World can just become redundant, and you would prefer to have hand traps because you're drawing a bunch of times in this deck using Librarian, right? So you kind of want to draw into these cards and also have additional extenders where you're able to draw into more cards if you get hand trapped with triple Tactics or look at your opponent's hand. So it's all up to personal preference on what you want to play in the deck. Pretty much it for the main deck. Let's go off into your extra deck real quick. For your extra deck, you're playing, of course, the 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, the XL Synchro Dragon to pair off alongside Stardust Dragon right here, signed by Greg Abbey himself, you know what I'm saying? I am Yusei. 1 Trishula Dragon the Ice Bearer. This version right here focuses on actually hand looping, and it's not vulnerable to Super Poly, which a lot of people are focusing on Crimson Dragon. You guys can play whatever you guys would like when it comes to playing this Synchro variant, but I feel like the Crimson Dragon with the Calamities lock is a very strong, but it's more vulnerable to cards like Super Poly, which you spit out your entire board, you say F you to your opponent. If they can't crack it, you obviously win, but I prefer consistency and over anything in my personal opinion. So you guys can play the Calamities lock. I'll show you guys some options you guys can utilize by substituting cards in and out to play the Calamities lock if you guys want to go ahead and do so. So it's all up to personal preference. 1 Herald of the Arclight, 1 XL Synchron, obviously. Next off, 1 Jet Warrior to reveal Obstacle Overtake. Visio Dispatter, one of the best Synchro monsters ever created. PG Hyper Librarian, you're drawing 4 cards with the 2-card combo, right, and also Jet. And Jet is also immune as well, which is absolutely insane, which I'll show you guys in combo. Chunk Speeder is also immune. With this combo, I want to show you guys from impermanent and any effects. Basically, Chunk Speeder is just insane. The Crimson Dragon. You guys can also play the field spell that Crimson Dragon can search, but I feel like that's just adding more bricks to the deck, which I don't want. Obviously increases the ceiling, but also at the same time, like, you're already winning anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, why spit out more things and just potentially lose more to Super Poly when you're already FTKing your opponent anyways with your current board, right? So Crimson Dragon, like, there's no bricks that you're playing in this deck. Crimson Dragon is really good. Satellite Warrior, obviously. 1 Baron de Fleur, Stardust Charge Warrior, and last but not least, 1 Psy-Frame Lord Omega. That's pretty much it. I'm hand looping my opponent for 3 cards in the very first turn, plus negates, which is absolutely ridiculous. So that's pretty much for the extra deck. You guys can also play Hot Red if you guys would like. You guys can also consider Cosmic Quasar Dragon. This card is very interesting. If you're playing Cosmic Quasar, you can just You have to play Cosmic Blazar because this tags onto this, which is really good. You can play Black Rose, Revolution Synchron with right. You can easily just blow up the entire board with Black Rose while going second, which is really good. Geomathnic, Final Sigma as well. You guys can also consider these cards. If you guys want to play Calamity, you guys can cut cards like Satellite Warrior, in the extra deck, or Trish. Like if you guys want to play this, you guys can cut either one of these cards out. If you're playing this package right here, the Cosmic Quasar and Blazar, you need to cut out 2 cards to play this. So same thing, you can cut out the boss monsters, you can cut out Crystal Wing and also Herald. You guys can do any of these. Like you guys can put these in and cut these out if you guys want. And these slots are always interchangeable with just some of the boss monsters you're playing in the deck. You kind of want to leave the other Synchro monsters in your extra deck alone because those are the cards that help you Synchro climb. But these are just some changes you guys can add into the deck if you guys want to play any of these cards, in your extra deck, right? But Cosmic Quasar, absolutely amazing card. I love the way this card is designed. And it's just like a really good Yusei type card, right? But Hot Red Archfiend, you usually end on the end board with a Hot Red. You usually end on the board with Crimson Dragon, Dispatter, Baron with Geomathmech and Herald. One Super Poly can just crack the entire board because you're literally Super Polying away Dispatter and also the Baron. So the graveyard, Crimson Dragon doesn't have a target to tag out anymore. You go Draco Equest, run over the Geomathmech, you pretty much lose the duel. Like you spit out the entire board just to potentially be a little bit more vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Where you're already FT King anyways, right? So like Super Poly is gonna be a crazy card. So that's why I don't think Hot Red is just that good. It is great. The turn skip is insane, but I feel like you want to go over consistency rather than power, you know what I'm saying, where the deck is already really powerful. So all right, guys, welcome to the combo segment of this video. I'm gonna show you guys the bread and butter combos when it comes to utilizing Rider Armor with Jet Synchron for your first opening hand and what this board is able to accomplish. Remember, guys, synchros, you guys can interpret the deck whatever you guys would like. You guys can play whatever combos you guys want. It's all up to personal preference. Literally, when it comes to synchros, the combos are limitless. And a huge shout out to my boy Leo, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Wolf. I'll leave his channel link in the description box below if you guys want to further learn how synchros work and different types of combos you guys can utilize when it comes to playing this deck. He goes really in depth and showcases you guys all the lines possible when it comes to utilizing synchros and synchrons for 2023. But this is the combo that I go towards when it comes to playing this deck right here. And the reason why I'm doing this is because number 1, it's less vulnerable to Super Poly, and 2, it's already FTK. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're going to King Calamity, I feel like it makes your deck a little bit more vulnerable, to its cards like Super Polymerization and things like that. But this combo right here makes Junk Speeder immune, and you guys will see it hand rips, it puts out negates, and even if your opponent were to Super Poly you have 7 cards in hand, okay, and your opponent is left with 1 while you have Dispatter on the field. So literally they're down 1 card and they can't run over the Dispatter, and you have 7 cards in hand. So yeah, this combo is absolutely ridiculous. So right with Jet Synchron, what can this accomplish for you? Let me showcase you guys this. Also, make sure you guys get your Supreme Pro sleeves today in the link down below. Best sleeves in the entire game. Yeah, you guys already know. Pac uses his sleeves, Jesse uses his sleeves, all the pro players in the world use these sleeves, and you guys are pros as well, so get your Supreme Pros today in the link down below at tx1.com. All right, guys, get started with the combo real quick. So first and foremost, when I activate your right Armor, okay, you are gonna special summon your token right here, okay, putting Faithful Adventurer to your side of the field. So this is now in the graveyard. So now what you do next is very simple. You're gonna normal summon Jet Synchron. This triggers off Faithful Adventurer to add Draco back directly from your deck to your hand. Now you're gonna activate Faithful Adventurer's effect to search Wandering Griffin Rider directly from your deck to your hand. And you can discard the Draco back. You're gonna trigger off Draco back's effect to equip it to Junk Synchron. You know what I'm saying? Next, you're gonna activate your Wandering Griffin Rider, special summon it, which is actually really good. So now what you're gonna do is that you're gonna use Jet and also Wandering Griffin Rider right here. Synchro these 2 cards to the grave to special summon your Axel Synchro Stardust Dragon. You're gonna activate your Axel to special summon back the Jet. And now you next, you're gonna activate your Axel. You're gonna use the effect to tribute itself to special summon Stardust Dragon directly from your extra deck. And now what you're gonna do is that you're gonna activate your Axel Quick Sync, because after you immediately do that, you get to synchro using monsters you control as materials. So you use the option token, which is level 4, and Jet Synchron. This is all based on one effect. You're gonna tribute this off, summon Stardust, use this and the option token or level 4 right token to make Junk Speeder. All right, since Junk Speeder is summoned using Axel Stardust Synchro's ability, this card has an amazing ability where it reads, you can tribute this card, special one Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. This is treated as a Synchro Summon. Then immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro Summon using monster control as material. So you resolve its effect, summon Junk Speeder, and now it has a secondary ability where it reads that for the rest of this turn, the monsters Synchro Summon by this effect are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. So now once Axel Synchro resolves to Synchro Summon your Junk Speeder, this card is immune to everything. It's immune to Imperm, it's immune to Ash. They cannot stop this. This card is literally immune. So now you're gonna activate your Junk Speeder's effect. You're gonna special summon Jet Synchron from the deck, Stardust Synchron from the deck, Revolution Synchron from the deck, and of course your Assault Synchron from the deck. Literally, Junk Speeder makes this entire thing unstoppable, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now, since Stardust Synchron is summoned, you're gonna trigger its effect. You're gonna search your Stardust Illumination directly from your deck to your hand. Now at this point, you can utilize Revolution Synchron and also Junk Speeder. Send these two to the grave. You're gonna make Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now what you do next is very simple. You're gonna activate the Stardust Illumination that you search off the Synchron. You're gonna dump your Stardust Trail to the grave, but since you control Stardust Dragon or a Synchro monster that mentions it, so you're gonna activate your Illumination to special summon your Stardust Trail, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now what you're gonna do is using your Jet Synchron and also your Stardust Trail, send these two cards to the grave. Right here, you are going to make your TG Hyper Librarian. Now what you're gonna do is that using your level 4 Stardust Synchron and also your Stardust Dragon, which is level 8, you're gonna synchro these two cards to the grave, the Synchro Summon into your Crimson Dragon. Remember guys, you can play the field spell, but it's just adding additional bricks to the deck. You don't need to. It obviously increases the ceiling, but you're already winning the duel with this end board anyways. So now what you do is next is that you Synchro Summon into Crimson Dragon, you're gonna trigger off your Librarian's effect to draw one card. You're drawing one random card. Okay, so you draw one off Librarian. That's your first draw. Now what you do next is very simple. You are going to attribute the Assault Synchron in your graveyard to special summon your Stardust Synchron. And since you tributed a monster, Stardust Trail will trigger off its ability to special summon herself back from the graveyard. Now what you do next is very simple. You're going to activate your Revolution Synchron that's in your grave. Send a card from the top of your deck to the graveyard. So it doesn't matter what you send. It can be any random card. You're just going to send the top card of your deck to the grave. It doesn't matter what it is. Especially when Revolution Synchron, this card becomes a level 1. Now what you're going to do is you're going to use your level 1 Revolution Synchron and also your level 4 Stardust Trail. She gets banished. Level 1. To make your level 5 Synchro Monster, Excel Synchron. Okay? Now you're going to use your Chain Links, okay? Librarian is going to be Chain Link 1 because this card is mandatory. And Chain Link 2 is going to be Stardust Trail. Stardust Trail, this card has amazing ability where it reads if a Warrior Synchron or Stardust Synchro Monster is Synchro Summon using this card's material, you can special summon one Stardust token, Dragon Light level 1, 0 attack, 0 defense, okay? So you're going to special summon, of course, right here, the option token, which is absolutely insane. This card is a level 1 option token, by the way. You also get to draw one card off the Librarian because your Axel Synchro was Synchro Summon. Now what are you going to do next is that you're going to utilize your Axel Synchron's ability. You're going to dump your Stardust Synchron to the graveyard to increase this card's level by 4. So now this card is a level 9, all right? What are you going to do next is that you're going to utilize Crimson Dragon's ability. You're going to tag out, targeting the XL Synchron, which is level 9, to special summon Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. This card is treated as a Synchro Summon, so Librarian will get its ability to draw one card, which is absolutely insane. And Trish will also get to nuke a card on your opponent's hand. You now know exactly on what deck your opponent's playing. Now what you do next is very simple. You're going to use a level 9 XL Synchron and the level 1 option token. Send it to the graveyard, so 9 plus 1 equals 10. You're going to Synchro Summon into your Baron the Fleur. Since this is a Synchro Summon, Librarian will draw one card. So you drew 4 cards now, which is absolutely insane. Now you haven't utilized your Jet in the graveyard. You can activate your Jet's effect in grave by sending one card from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon, of course, the Jet Synchron. Now it's very simple. The level 9 Trish and the level 1 Jet Synchron. Synchro these two to the grave to make your Bestial Dispatter, which is absolutely insane. This triggers off Librarian to draw a card, which is absolutely ridiculous. So you drew 4 cards during this combo. We're all setting up an unbreakable board. Now what you're going to do next is very simple. You're going to utilize your Stardust Illumination in the grave. This card has an amazing graveyard effect where it reads, you can banish this card from the grave, target one Stardust monster you control, increases or decreases level by 1 until the end of this turn. So you're going to banish Stardust Illumination, target the Stardust Synchron that's on the field. This card decreases level by 1, making it a level 3. Now using level 3 starter Synchron and level 5 TG Hyper Librarian. Synchro these 2 cards to the grave to make your Psy Frame Lord Omega. Now what you do next is you can use Omega's effect, banish itself, move a card out of your opponent's hand. So that's the second hand rip. And now you're gonna activate your Bistro Dispatter. Special summon back the Omega that's banished. Activate Omega again. That's the third hand rip. They have 2 cards left in hand. They're drawing 1 card. Okay, this is your end board right here. Okay, they start off with 3 cards in hand. You have 7 more cards in your hand with the 4 that's drawn and 3 additional cards in your starting hand. And this is your end board. Okay, you have a Crystal in the gate, a Bear in the gate, and a Bistro Dispatter in the gate, which is absolutely insane. So now what your opponent can do is 2 things. They have 3 cards in their hand, right? Let's say they go Super Polymerization. Okay, they can use Crystal Wing and also the Baron to make Draco Equest. They can make a Draco Equest with this. They activate Super Poly, they discard 1 card to make Draco Equest. Okay, they're on 1 card left in hand while you have the Bistro Dispatter with 3500 defense, which Draco Equest cannot run over. If it tries to use this effect, we can use Dispatter to negate it, which is absolutely insane. You have 7 cards in your hand, and literally Omega comes back, Dispatter comes, and you literally have 7 cards in your hand for follow-up to try to kill your opponent next turn. You still have access to Satellite Warrior, Herald, Charge, and also Jet in your extra deck, and also Crimson Dragon as well. You know, these are the 5 remaining cards left in your extra deck. Try to potentially kill your opponent next turn if they have the Super Polymerization, which is still insane. You hand loop them with 7 cards that you have in your hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think your opponent is beating you at this point. This is the alternative end board if you're playing the Calamity engine. During the draw phase, they'll Super Poly you. Okay, you're gonna Super Poly the Bistro Dispatter and also the Baron the Fleur to the graveyard. I just feel like overall this end board is just more safe in my personal opinion over the Calamity lock. It's all the personal preference on what you guys want to play. Both combos are great but have their flaws, obviously, but I feel like I want to play the most consistent variation possible where it's least vulnerable to crazy board breaks like Super Polymerization. So both combos are great. It's all the personal preference on what you guys want to play. I definitely gave you guys options on what cards you guys can utilize, but I feel like the hand loop variant is just really powerful, where this is already like an FTK built within itself, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for the combo, guys. Let me know what you guys thoughts. Check out my boy Leo's channel, the Synchro God, in the link in the description box below. Give him a subscribe and you guys can learn so much more about synchros when it comes to utilizing the brand new Revolution Synchron in this deck right here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Get your Supreme Pro sleeves today in the link down below. And it's your boy Sam from Team Star Sam signing out. All right, guys. Peace.